And we gently begin to deepen our breath. Inviting the breath to travel all the way into our toes. And perhaps we can sense a slight lift in the arches of our feet as we breathe in. And if it's not a sensation that's felt, imagine each in-breath gently lifting the arches of the feet. And we let go of everything that came before this moment. And we allow ourselves, indeed invite ourselves, to welcome this present moment. Saying hello to our body. And knowing that as we intentionally breathe and move our body with breath, we are uniting all aspects of ourselves. And in that unity, we find inspiration and wholeness. Good morning. So today's practice is a balance practice. So we'll
just getting started. I mean, this pick that Joe Biden made was one that was not communicated.
I invite you to mute your computer, to mute your video. Thank you. So to begin this practice, we're going to rise out of our chair. So I'm going to invite you to rise and, if need be, push on the edges of the chair.
We'll talk about what they hope the next 4 years will look like. It's interesting.
First, see if you can rise without needing that additional leverage. So come on up. We're going to start here with our feet. So rise up, come vertical if that is available to you. And we're going to start with Potabanda. So for those of you who aren't familiar with this, the first thing we do is we dig our toes into the mat. That rocks the body forward. Then we lift the toes back toward the knee and our body goes back. Now, as we're doing this, coming forward, scrunch the toes into the mat. Notice how the front side of the body is energized. And then as we rock backward, lifting the toes, we'll notice the back side of our body. So we're going to do this with breath now as we rock forward. Breathe in. Breathe out to come back to center. Breathe in to lift the toes and rock back. So now we're going forward and backward with breath. You pace this with your own breath, your own rhythm. So we're waking up the feet. We're waking up the ankles, the calves, the knees, the quadriceps, the hamstrings. Notice how the shoulders lift when we rock back. Notice what happens when we rock forward. Maybe the chin sinks a little bit. We're just feeling our way into this. And then gently walking backward, we're coming to our chair. And we're going to sit again. So maybe take a look back, find a seat, and allow yourself to settle slowly into the chair. So we're going to work on gait awareness now. So we rise again. And we're going to walk forward, paying attention to each foot as it touches the mat. See if you can feel the whole foot connecting. Come to the end of the mat, turn around, walk back to the chair. We're doing this methodically and thoroughly with consciousness, with awareness. When we get to the chair, we can sit again. We're going to rise, and we're going to walk forward again to the end of the mat. Slowly and thoroughly feeling the feet. When you get to the end of the mat, this time we're walking backwards. So extend one leg back, slowly, thoroughly exploring this. And now when we walk forward, we're going to take the right leg and we're going to open it up and swing it forward so that we're walking in a single line. You can extend your arms for balance, and you can lift your foot as much as you want. Then we're going to walk backwards. We're taking that in reverse. Woohoo! How fun is that? And then we're going to pause here and come back to Potabanda. So we're coming back to digging the toes into the mat and then releasing the toes, bringing them up toward the knees. Now we're going to do this a little quicker, breathing in and out. Just keep the breath moving, rocking the body front and back. Pausing, taking the feet a little bit wide, maybe as wide as the mat, a little bit wider than the pelvis. We're going to rock right and left. We're coming onto the inner edge of one foot and the outer edge of the opposite foot. Now we're rocking back and forth. Hula arms are always welcome here if you want. It just feels very graceful. Allow this to feel graceful. Noticing the full movement of the foot as we go right and left. And then we pause. We're coming back to the chair. We're going to sit down. Lift the right leg. And we're going to circle the ankle in one direction. And then the other direction. And then that foot comes back to the mat. Switch legs, circling the ankle in one direction. And then the other. Feet come back to the mat. We're going to rise again. Today's practice is going to use the chair. You may not want to or need to. Remember, with the chair, there's two surfaces that can be used. One is the seat of the chair. The other is the back of the chair, depending on your flexibility. And of course, you can always travel to the floor if you'd like. So we're going to begin with down dog on the chair. So how this improves your balance is it improves your balance in an inversion. So when the head is lower than the hips, that's an inversion. And how many times do we bend over to pick things up? This is a balance practice. Good morning, Joan. Good to see you. So we're going to face the chair, and you can decide, does it work better to have my hands on the seat or on the back of the chair? We're going to go into our down dog intentionally. So step a little further away from the chair. We're going to sweep our arms up as we breathe in We breathe out to bring our hands to the seat back or to the seat itself. Step the feet back. Settle into the feet. So feel all four corners of the feet as we lift the sits bones. The head's coming between the upper arms, and we're lifting our pelvis toward the ceiling. We pause here for 3 breaths. To rise out of this, we walk our feet forward first. We're going to come to standing by sweeping our arms open and hinging up. So we're not rolling up, that's hard on the back. We're going to do the hinge. And on the next out breath, we bring our hands back to the chair, either the top of the chair or the seat of the chair. Step back, we're in down dog again. So we're breathing here 3 breaths, lifting the sits bones, feeling the back side of the body light up as we do this. Head between the shoulders, breathing strong, deep breaths. And then stepping forward, sweeping up. On the next out breath, we'll do 1 more down dog. Let your sits bones lift toward the ceiling. Press the back side of your body toward the wall behind you. 3 breaths here. And then we're going to step forward. Sweep the arms up. And back down, and we come to mountain pose. And we pause here. Shake it out a little bit. So now we're stacking, we're rocking it out there. We're stacking our joints here now. We're coming with our hip joints right down into our ankles. We're feeling that verticality. Have the left side of your body next to the chair. And I'm going to invite you to do it with the chair back. We're going to do a tree flow sequence. You may not need the chair. That's great. You can arrange your arms however you'd like. To do this, we're going to start by turning the right leg out, bringing that heel to rest on the ankle, opening the legs so the hip flexors are engaged here. And we're going to slide that foot up the leg any amount. If you want to keep your toes on the ground, do that. So this stimulates single leg strength. And if it feels good, you can lift the arm on the same side as the turned out leg. And now we're going to bring that knee up and forward. I'll turn sideways for this. Get my balance. And then we're going to slowly extend that leg. And maybe the arm moves and comes forward. So now we're in Warrior 3. To come out of this, we bring the knee forward. And then we turn the leg out to come back to tree. And then we relax back down, noticing the difference between the right and the left side of the body. I'm going to move the chair now to my right side so we can work the left. Again, we're stacking our joints. Hip joint, knee, ankle, Feel the fullness of the feet. Spread the toes in the feet. Imagine you have hobbit feet, which are my favorite kind of feet. We're going to turn that left leg out now. And we pause here, and maybe extending an arm feels good. Maybe both arms go up. Your choice, you're finding your balance. If you'd like to lift your leg up, you can do that. And then that knee's coming forward without touching down. And then we slide that leg back, coming into a warrior three at any height that you want. So it could be hip height, the toe could be on the floor. We're feeling a strengthening in our single leg standing posture. And then we're going to bring that knee forward. Keep the foot off the floor. Come back to our tree. And then release and shake it out. Turning the chair sideways now. So we're going to do triangle. So triangle is really helpful for us to recognize where our body is, right, left, up and down, all the way around. So what we're going to do with triangle is we stand sideways to the chair. We take our feet apart 2 to 4 feet, depending on how it feels to your body to do this. The foot furthest from the chair, we're going to turn it in to a 45-degree angle. And that foot nearest the chair, we're going to point and aim the toes at the chair. We raise the arms to T. And then we're going to bring that arm nearest the chair to the chair. Either the chair back or the chair seat, and the opposite arm extends. You decide how deep you want to do this. And we breathe here. One more breath. And then we're going to sweep that arm over our face. Turn the back foot so that it is in the same direction as the front foot. Then we hinge forward. So both legs are straight here. Bring the hand either to the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. Or maybe one hand in each position. Then slowly lower the torso toward the front thigh. To rise out of this, bend both knees, step up with the back foot, sweep the arms up to rise. And we switch sides. So we turn sideways to the chair. Take our feet wide, 2 to 4 feet apart. The back foot turns in. The front foot turns toward the chair. Both legs stay straight in this practice. We're going to raise the arms up. And the arm nearest the chair is going to touch the chair either on the back or on the seat. If extending the other arm hurts, you can, or is uncomfortable in any way, you can always bring it behind you and rest it on the waist. We're breathing 3 breaths here, and of course, you can always turn the head and look up if you'd like. This is called strengthening the body's awareness or balance unilaterally. We're going to sweep that arm over the face. Hand is going to come to the chair. That back foot pivots, so now both feet are facing the chair. And we're going to hinge forward, bringing the torso near the thigh, the front thigh. Breathe here. And then gently bend both knees. Step up. Extend the arms to sweep up to standing. Hands come to heart center. I'm going to bring the chair in front of me, so the back of the chair, so you can bring it to the top of your mat, so the back of the chair is near me. So we're going to do Potabanda here. So we're going to dig our toes in, lift our toes back, and this time, after we dig our toes in and lift our toes up, we're going to rise up onto our toes. So we're focusing the pressure into the ball mound of the foot where every toe meets the body of the foot. We're pausing there. Extend the opposite arm and then reach through that opposite arm. Pausing and breathing. If being on both feet feels like too much, just do one foot at a time. We're breathing here 3 breaths. This posture is called palm tree. And then we slowly lower. Pause for a moment. Potabanda, so dig the toes in, then draw the toes back, rising up. This time we extend the opposite arm as we pause here, 3 breaths. And remember, you're always welcome to just do one foot at a time. And then we slowly lower the feet, stretching up and folding forward so the hands can come to the chair, or you can turn and bring the hands to the thighs, to the calves, or to the floor. Breathing in, we rise by extending our arms wide. We fold to the level that feels comfortable for us. Breathe in to rise. And one more fold. And then we come back to mountain. Hands to heart center, and we pause here. And we're going to come back to our chair. So I'm bringing my chair back to where I started. I'm standing, and now I'm going to walk forward and pay attention to my feet. I'm going to observe whether or not I feel any more awareness of my feet here. And then we walk backwards, just noticing maybe how this is different than when we first started. Maybe there's a little more surety in the step. And then when we make it back to the chair, we're going to have a seat. So come on down. Remember, when we sit in the chair, we sit at least halfway forward in the chair, so there's no motion of touching the back of the chair, if that's at all possible for us. And we rest here with our breath again. And as we breathe in, notice whether you can feel, sense, or imagine each inhale lifting the arches of the feet. And we rest in Shavasana. We bring our attention inward, noticing our breath. Just allowing ourselves to truly relax here. Can we bring our whole body into our pelvis? Can we just really settle into the pelvis? Feeling the full contact with the chair. Remembering that a smile brings prana, life force, into the body. Perhaps lifting the corners of your mouth for a little smile here. As we pray Grace Alvarez's prayer. Creator, bless my eyes that I might see with love. Bless my lips that I may speak with love. Bless my ears that I may listen with love. Bless my heart that I may give and receive love. Bless my hands that all I touch feels love. Bless my feet that my walk may be a prayer upon Mother Earth. Grace Alvarez. So the invitation as we go forward from today is to notice where your feet are as you walk. Maybe not 100% of the time, but just checking in occasionally when you're out for a walk. Really consciously connect with the footfall for a few steps every now and then. And then just notice how when I do that, when I give it my full attention, I might experience a little more balance in my life. We sweep the arms wide as we gather all the blessings that already exist, and we draw them with gratitude and appreciation into our hearts. And together, we all say namaste.